girl, we have to do our signature glam look. Hello? Hello?
They just wanna fuck with you. Cause they know I fuck with you. If I put my trust in you.
Hey guys, Nakiyalindsey here. Thank you for tuning in. If you are new, if you're old faithful, welcome back to the channel. I am bringing you guys my signature soft glam makeup look. Like, I've been loving this look thus far for a while. Every time I do my makeup, I reach for these products. This is my routine. It's eating the girls up, okay? It's giving everything that it needs to give, from the brows to the lips, okay? If you guys would like to see my signature in-depth glam makeup tutorial, then keep on watching. Okay, you guys, so first thing is first, what you want to do is make sure your face is nicely cleansed and moisturized. I already cleansed my face, and to moisturize my skin, I just went in with my La Roche-Posay Triple Repair Moisturizing Cream. I love this stuff. I am normal to dry, so all depending on what your skin type is. If you're normal to dry, use something creamy and hydrating. If you are oily, use if you're oily, you can use a nice water-based moisturizer. Just because you're oily does not mean you do not need a moisturizer. Please, please, please use a moisturizer. Prep your skin before you're doing your makeup. If you would like a detailed skin prep video, then let me know down below and I'll get that video out for you guys. Well, now I'm going to go in with my brows. As you can tell, I don't really have a definite eyebrow shape. And with my Morphe Micro Brow Pencil, it's literally a skinny tip pencil with a spoolie on one side and a nice fine tip on the other, and brush my brows into place. If you would like an eyebrow tutorial, let me know. Brows, I literally take my time, so let me see if I can try to do it on camera. I'm going to do one brow on camera, and then I'm going to go ahead and finish it off camera. I'm going to take the spoolie and I'm going to brush my brows up into place. A lot of people like to use a gel product to lay their hairs down. Me, it's occasional if I want to do it or not. I don't do it all the time, but I'll have some recommendations on the screen of some things that you can possibly use. Trick to do your brows is have the pencil right here at your nose like this. This is where you want your brow to start. This is where you want the arch. And this is where you want the end. You do not want your brows to go past your eye. We don't want long brows, guys. We do not want long brows. When I'm filling in the brows, I like to do nice short strokes. As you can tell, I have a lot of hair in the middle right here, so I don't have to fill it in too much. So I'm just going to do a very light tanned, literally just tapping like this. Now when it comes to the front, I don't have a lot of hairs here, so I'm just going to lightly flicker it up like this. Concealer I'm going to use is this Sephora Best Skin Ever Full Coverage Concealer. This is in the shade 55. And I like to go ahead and use this on my brow bone area just to give it that highlighted look. And I'm going to be bold and I'm going to actually use the applicator, saves a brush. So I'm going to take it and just directly apply it just underneath that brow bone. Next, I'm going to take my Too Faced Born This Way concealer. This is in the shade Cocoa. I use it so much you can't even see the writing on it. But I'm going to take this and I'm going to go on the rest of the inner portion of my eyebrow. And then I'm going to go on top to conceal it, because we do not want to use a lighter concealer on our top brow because it gives that halo look that we don't want. We don't want a halo look. I'm going to go ahead and blend out this concealer. I'm just taking this Real Techniques brush. It looks like this. It's a little dirty, but this is what I use to blend that out. So I'm going to go ahead and just blend out the highlighted area first. And I'm going to buff it and bring it downwards, and then go ahead. Now that our brows are done, we're going to go ahead and prime. I like to go in with this Milk Hydro Grip primer. It looks like this. I believe that this primer is really good for all skin types, whether you're normal, dry, oily, combo type of skin. This is really good. You apply this to your skin, wait 60 seconds, and your makeup is going to grip to it. It's going to stick to it, and it's going to ensure your makeup lasts for a very long time. So this again is the Milk Hydro Grip, and if you like something on the drugstore type of end, they have the e.l.f. Power Grip primer. So basically this is the dupe for the Milk Hydro Grip. I recommend just buying the Milk Hydro Grip because it's going to last you a very long time. A little bit does go a long way. I'm trying to figure out how many ounces it is. The e.l.f. one is 0.811 fluid ounces, and the Milk Hydro Grip is 1.52 fluid ounces. So again, y'all, you know, it all depends on your pockets. I'm not counting pockets, but this is the dupe for this. So yeah, this to the skin. And like I said, there's different primers for different things. Sometimes I'll even double up and do like a smoothing primer with a hydrating primer. It literally all depends on your skin, but I'm going to let this sit on my skin for 60 minutes. Oh, I'm sorry, 60 seconds. And then we're going to go ahead and apply our makeup. Sit on my skin. I'm going to go in with my foundation, and my foundation of choice, which I absolutely love. I'm standing 10 toes down behind this foundation right now. This is the House Labs foundation. I am in the shade 520 Deep Cool. So I'm going to go ahead, shake it up a little bit. So I'm just going to apply just a little bit like this. And I like to take a dense foundation brush, something like this. This is angled, but that is okay. This is the Real Technique angled foundation brush. So it's nicely dense, nothing too fluffy. I like it dense because I like to pat my foundation in. I do not like to swipe. I do not like to do any of that. I would like to tap the foundation in. So I'm going to show you how I do it. So I'm just going to take the brush. I'm just going to bounce it just like this. And I like to leave the space underneath my eyes clear because I'm going to add concealer there, and I don't want too much product underneath my eyes because that just leads to creasing and cakiness. So I'm just going to go ahead and blend that in. This is what your face is going to look like after the foundation. As you can see, my under eyes I left clear because, like I said, I'm going to add concealer there, and I don't want it to get too creasy, too cakey. Now, this is something I've been doing, and my makeup has been eating, okay? I like to go in and apply my liquid blush right after my foundation. So, y'all, I used to be all just for powder blush. I'm not gonna lie, I used to powder blush. But since I've, come into liquid blushes, that's all I've been using. This is my current stash of liquid blushes, y'all. I have a lot of the e.l.f. Liquid blushes, like the drugstore brand, because these e.l.f. blushes are really hidden. And they're very pigmented and they're very inexpensive. So I have 4 of these. I have a Rare Beauty one, and then I also have a Juvia's Place one. All of these are very bright, so I'm gonna go in with my new favorite combo lately that I have been doing. This is the e.l.f. Camo Liquid Blush. I'm going in with the shade Bronze Bombshell by e.l.f. And then I'm also going in with this Rare Beauty in the shade Love. So I'm going to use these two together just to give me like a nice color with the Rare Beauty Love. A little bit does go a long way, y'all. So I'm going to take it, I'm going to apply it right here to the high points like this. Then I'm going to take Bronze Bombshell by e.l.f. and just place it right on top like that. I'm going in with this stippling brush. This is by Real Techniques as well. It's called their Freckled Cheek. You can use any like brush, like you can use something like this. This is the Morphe E21 brush. It's just angled and it's dense and flat. You can also use a brush like this. This is like a no-name brush, but it's kind of dense. You want to use something that's a little bit on the dense, but not too dense. Or you can even use an angled cheek brush, whatever you would like. But I'm going to go in with this small, dense brush. And I'm going to go ahead and blend out this blush. And I like to go in a tapping motion, just like I did with the foundation. And I like to bring it up to my temples just a little bit, just to give that little, you know, pizzazz. If you feel like you went in with a little bit too much blush, then just go back in with your foundation brush and literally just go over and stipple it just a little bit, just to try to get that in. But don't worry, because we're gonna fix it up. But this is what it's giving. It might look like a lot, y'all, but promise, trust the process. Trust the process. So now we're gonna go in with our concealers for underneath our eyes. So the first concealer I'm going to go in with is this Win Beauty. I like to take a concealer that's at least 1 to 2 shades lighter than me. Nothing too drastic, nothing too crazy. And I'm going to go ahead and just apply this in the inner portion of my eye as such. Here and on the side of my nose. Like that. Win Beauty concealer and apply it to my chin, nose, and the forehead, just a little bit. Then I'm gonna go in with that Sephora concealer, the best skin ever, and I'm just gonna go ahead and apply that underneath right here, like this, at the end, just like that. I know y'all probably like, how y'all gonna blend it with the blush? You're gonna see. When my cleaning products are like this, and I like to spray this Morphe mini, it's mini, but this Morphe Continuous Prep and Prime Set Mist. I like to spray this just because it helps easily blend out the product. Now for my under eyes, I let it sit just for a minute, because the longer you let it sit, then the fuller coverage the concealer will be underneath your eyes. So I'm going to let it sit, but it all depends on your concealer, because if you're using a different concealer like the e.l.f. Camo Concealer, which I'm going to use, that dries really quickly. These, they dry really quick. They're matte and they, like I said, they dry super quick, so you can't let it sit too long. Good thing the Win Beauty, this is a soft creamy concealer, so you have some wiggle time with it. And the Sephora Best Skin Ever concealer, you do have a little bit of time with that as well, so that's why I like to let it sit a little bit, but really not too long. So I like to go ahead and blend this out. I usually use, let me see if I can find the brush. Okay, so I like to go in with my Real Techniques setting brush. This is the brush that I love to use when I blend out my concealer. And I'm going to go in with a beauty blender just to blend out the concealer on my chin. Because I found out that when I use my brush to blend everything out, it's too much product, and by the time I get underneath my eyes, it's too much to blend with the brush. So I'm just going to go in, and this is a dry beauty blender. I'm not using it wet, I'm using it dry. The brush though, I like to start at the edge as such, like this. Instead of going straight underneath the eye, I like to blend it out like that. And you're kind of like blending it into the blush just to give it like that seamless look. And I like to go upwards. make my way up with the blend. Remember, always blend it as well. So it's gonna look like this. And you can't even tell the blush is so harsh because everything is blending really, really well. So I'm gonna go ahead and blend. And then I'm gonna take whatever's left on the brush and I'm just going to place it on my eye. So this is what it looks like all blended out. I do want my under eyes just to be a tad bit on the brighter side. So I'm going in with the e.l.f. Camo Concealer like I told you guys about. I'm going to take the shade Deep Chestnut. Now with this, I'm only going to put it in the inner portion of my eye. So I'm just going to put it right here like this. I'm going to let this sit for a second. I'm literally going to let it sit for a second and I'm going to add the contour to my face. To contour my face, I just like to use a foundation stick. This is in the shade, well, this is by Black Opal in the shade Ebony Brown. Literally my tried and true. It looks like this. Like I have contour sticks and bronzer sticks that I want to try out, but that's going to be a whole separate video. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to apply it in the hollows of my cheeks like that. Let me take it on a brush. I'm going to take the Morphe E21 angled brush. I'm going to take a little bit of the cream onto the brush and I'm going to apply that right to my nose area. So let me see. Yeah, like that. So you guys, with your nose, you already have like a natural contour to your nose. So basically, you want to follow the contour up into the brows like that. And can you see that natural contour? We literally have a natural contour to the nose. I'm gonna wait to blend out the contour and I'm gonna go in and blend the lighter concealer. And I'm gonna keep it right here. And you guys can already see the difference that it's making. It definitely brightened that area. Like, can y'all see the difference? Blended out the concealer underneath my eyes. I'm gonna go ahead and blend out this contour, starting with one on my cheek. Follow me on Instagram because I do a segment called Tipsy Tuesday where I go in depth every Tuesday on the basics of beating your face. So if you feel like this was too much or you want something every week to focus on and practice, definitely follow me on Instagram because I literally take a segment and go over it. We did brows and we also did prep and prime. So now we have to soon do foundation, contour, highlighting, and everything. So again, follow me on Instagram, you guys. Soft promo. Have everything blended. I'm gonna go in and set the under eyes. I've been loving the Anastasia loose setting powder and this is in the shade Deep Peach. So if you're like my skin tone or a little bit deeper, this powder will work definitely for you. It looks like this. I'm gonna take just a powder puff. I usually go in with a brush as well. So let me do it with a brush on one side and a powder puff on the other side. The product that's in the cap, swirl my brush. I'm gonna swirl my brush around, tap the excess. Make sure that your under eye is completely blended before applying the powder because we want to set everything into place. So I'm going back in with the Real Techniques setting brush. I'm looking upwards. I'm putting my mirror up. I'm looking up, make sure I get the creases out. I'm gonna take the powder and I'm going to press that into my skin like such. That's what it's giving. Now, if you would like to use a powder puff, you will just take it, lightly dip it into the powder of your choice, and then you're going to want to pat off the excess on your hand like this, and then take it and we're gonna press it. What I like to do just to carve out my under blush and contour area, I'm going in with the brush with some of that powder, and I'm going to lightly brush it like this, just to give that nice chiseled type of look. Like, y'all can tell the difference. The bronzer, I'm gonna go in with my NYX Buttermelt bronzer. This is in a deeper shade. This is in the shade Better Than You. This is a hit or miss with some people. A lot of people don't like it because it's a little bit too red for them. But personally, I do not mind it. It's literally a little bit goes a long way, and I personally enjoy it. But if you do not like the redness of that undertone, MAC has really nice ones as well. This is their Sunstruck bronzer. It's a little bit red, but if you want something just a little bit more on the cooler end, let me see what I can show you. If you want something, I'm not too sure if they still sell it. I believe they do, but this is the Makeup Revolution Glow Bronzer, Splendor Ultra Matte Bronzer. This is in the shade Deep. And this is a good drugstore brand, and it runs a little bit more on the cooler side. So if you're looking at it with the NYX, you can definitely see that the NYX is a little bit more red, and the Makeup Revolution is a little bit more cool. But again, like I said, I don't mind the redness in the NYX one. I just don't use a heavy hand. So. Well, I'm gonna go over where I placed my contour. Sorry. I'm gonna use that to bronze up the skin. And I feel like this bronzer gives you like color onto the skin as well. I'm always gonna recommend this bronzer as a great like drugstore type of bronzer. I don't know. It's in my makeup bag. To set my whole face, I'm gonna go in with before I set my face, I'm gonna add just a lighter powder in the inner portion of my eye just to give it that brightening effect. This is totally optional. You don't have to do this, but I'm going in with my Huda Beauty Easy Bake Loose Baking and Setting Powder, and this is in the shade Kunafa. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back in with the powder puff, flip it on the other side, and I'm literally just going to take the smallest amount because I'm only putting it on the inner. So I'm gonna go ahead and just place it. Like that. Like you can y'all see the difference? Like it's gonna easily brighten and wake up the skin. To set everything, I'm gonna go in with my One Size Turn Up the Base foundation powder. This is in the shade 5N. She looks like this. I'm just going to take like a random brush, nothing too crazy, like a nice little fluffy brush, and I'm just going to take it like this. I'm gonna dust off that nose highlight. And I'm going to lightly press it over the highlighted areas, very lightly though. This just sets everything into place. And I'm going to go right around everything. Just to set. Okay guys, so to set my nose contour, I'm going in with my Hoola Toasted Bronzer. And I'm taking a fluffy brush just like this. Tap off the excess, and I'm just going to go over that nose contour, and you want to flick it up like this into your brow. I like to take this bronzer and just go into the crease of my eye as well. Now to set my blush, yes, we did add liquid, but we are going to set the blush. I did see that I lost a little bit of color over here on my left side, your right side. So I'm going to take that brush that I used to blend out the liquid and just lightly, no product added, I'm just going to lightly use whatever's left on the brush. Now that I just applied a little bit more color, you can see, so I'm going to go in and set the liquid blush with a powder brush. I'm going in with my crayon case, the blush binder. It's literally a 3-page book of blushes, which is top tier, okay? So since the blushes, the liquids that we use were kind of like on the bronzy side, I'm going in with the first page, and I'm just using this blush right here. And I'm going in with a fluffy brush, also by the crayon case. It looks like this. It's very fluffy. And this is the blush brush that I used a couple days ago, so it's the same product. Tap off the excess, do a slight smile. And just blend. You can see that? Okay guys, so I went ahead and added my lashes. You guys can see they're just a beauty supply store lash, nothing too serious. For my eyeliner, I went in with the NYX Epic Wear, and this is in the brown color. Just for the top, it just gives a nice, cute, everyday type of vibe. And then for my bottom, I use this Pixie by Petra in this silky eye pen. Y'all, I love this eyeliner. It's a nice, soft, cold pencil black. It's deep. Like, y'all see how deep that is? So I use that on my waterline. With it, I like to use the Essence mascara, and this is the blue one. Y'all already know what it is. And I'm gonna go ahead and blend the false lashes with the real lashes. My bottom lash, I don't have a lot of lashes down there, so y'all, I just get whatever I can get. Okay, and now to set, I like to set my face before I do my lips. I like to go in with my Milk Hydro Grip Grip Set and Refresh Spray. A good dupe for this, can y'all guess what it is? The e.l.f. one. The e.l.f. Power Grip Dewy Setting Spray is definitely a dupe for the Milk Hydro Grip, but I love the Milk Hydro Grip one down. I also like to use the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist as well for your oily skin. The Milani Make It Last Original Natural Finish. This one is really good as well for me, a matte face. But I'm gonna go in with I'm gonna save my milk for when I'm going outside, and I'm gonna use my Milani one. So and you see how the spray just like melts everything. So you want to make sure your lips are clean. I like to go in with a brown lip pencil, and I'm going in with the Wet n Wild Simma Brown Now lip liner. I usually go in with the Sephora Molasses, but it's a Sephora sale, and y'all really love to buy molasses off the shelf. So I haven't picked up a new one yet, but the Simma Brown Now is top tier too. I'm gonna go ahead and line my lips, and I do like to overdraw just a little bit. If you're not overdrawing your lips even a smidget, then what are you doing? Because what are you doing? Line. Trust me. Overline a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna overline a little bit. This Juvia's Place lipstick, and this is in the shade Muted. Y'all, I love this lipstick. Damn. A client of mine / friend of mine introduced me to it, and I'm like, girl, give me 14 of them. Give me 14 of them. The perfect nude. What do we like? What? Oh, with a gloss. I usually go in with one of my NYX butter glosses, and I usually do the shade Butterscotch, which looks like this. Let me show y'all what she's giving. She looks like this. But I don't know if I want to do Butterscotch. I think I'm going to do a clear gloss just to give my lips like a little extra pout. Really a random gloss. I'm going to go ahead and apply that to the lip. Oh, I forgot how much of a staple a clear gloss really is to the girl. Okay, you guys, so this is the final look. What do you guys think? This is my signature everyday soft glam look. Perfect for fall, perfect for winter, perfect for when you're in a quick go. Y'all, it's eating the girls. This makeup eats, okay? This makeup eats. Y'all, let me know what you guys think of this look down below. Like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on all my social media sites. Let me know if you want to see any other videos down below. I'm coming back to YouTube full force. If you haven't already, check out my previous video. I'll have some links in the cards as well. And thank you for watching if you were new or whatever. But thank you for tuning in, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.